What's up, everyone? My name is Jesse. This is the auditorium where I react to video game music as a musician myself. Today is a debut on the channel, Stranger of Paradise, Final Fantasy Origin. This song is called Kindred Soul, requested by Mushimari on Patreon. Thank you very much. And, composer Naoshi Mizuta from Final Fantasy XI. I recognize that name because they are responsible for some of my favorite recent songs. So, first of all, I've heard of Stranger of Paradise. I know it's somewhat recent, I think in the past 5 years. I have a close friend that really likes it and really praises it. But I notice not a lot of like Final Fantasy people talk about it a lot. Seems to be kind of a black sheep sort of spin-off type of thing. And what's even crazier is these requests that I got 3 requests for this game recently, but those are the only requests for the game. I figured there would be many, so it seems to be kind of under the radar. I don't know. Let me know if you have experience with Stranger of Paradise. I don't know what it is. I just know it's a recent Final Fantasy type of game. But this is Kindred Soul from Naoshi Mizuta, Stranger of Paradise. Ooh, let's go. It's going to be fun hearing the contrast from 11 to years later. I don't remember if they were part of 7 Remake. Sounds like morning. Sunrise. I can't help but hear the 11 influence. It's a good thing, though. Sounds very stagnant, though. Like it's not a lot of action is happening here. Ooh, that ending was cool. Dun dun. Okay. Okay. You know what? I'm gonna do something I think unprecedented. Give me a minute. I'm going to cut really quick. Hold on. All right, I'm back. So I decided last minute that I'm going to turn this into a 2-for-1 video. I've been doing that recently, and what made me decide that is that song was kind of short. So I'm going to choose one of the other requests, also from Mushimari. This is Battle Guardian of the Ruins. So super last minute. This one's also short, so it's like perfect length. So Kindred Soul and then Guardian of the Ruins. Hello, impromptu choices. Also, Naoshi Mizuta. Ooh. Yes, I'm glad I did this contrast. Whoa. Cheers. Talk about spontaneous. Really quickly, before I talk about any of them, this past week or so, I've been doing this kind of like combination videos where I'll just choose two songs from a game that have either nothing to do with each other or they're related, but they're not the same song. I've done it before many times where they were the same song, like remixed. So when the first one played, a Kindred Soul, I was like, okay, sick, but it's very short. And I was like, you know what? This would be like a pristine time. And since I don't like script these videos whatsoever, I just pulled up the request list, pulled up another one from Mushimari, saw it was the same game, saw it was the same composer. Perfect. So yeah, two total. The original request, mind you, was just for Kindred Soul. But I'm going to talk about both of them, obviously. I'm going to talk about this one right now because it's fresh in my memory. First of all, I would like to say that I think Naoshi Mizuta might be one of the more underrated composers right now. Everything I've heard has been, what's the term for a sight for sore eyes, but with your ears? Let me know what the expression there would be. It's not a sight for sore ears. There's no sight either. Anyways, and I don't think it's a breath of fresh air. I don't know. Well, you know what I'm saying. Because very unique style where I don't know how else to say it, but when I think most people would agree, and it's not even a bad thing, but most, I would say that they think of a Final Fantasy sound in their head, they would probably go in the Buomatsu, or maybe Soken, or maybe Hamazu. There's many, right? But there's kind of like a Final Fantasy aura around it, more or less. I feel like with Mizuta, it's like their own thing. And I would never guess this one was from Final Fantasy. I just wouldn't. Sounds very modern. This one's all about percussion. Like, it's so emphasized, it's like you can't ignore it. In fact, I don't think I've ever heard Final Fantasy percussion like that, ever, so far. But it was used tastefully. It wasn't like, oh, check it out, we're electronic, you know. Clearly it was there. But seeing as it's a fight sequence, I could see that, like, actually, like, really hyping you up. You know, it's not overdone. You still have the orchestral niceness of it. That was really cool. Mind you, this is the same person that composed the Sanctuary of Zata and others from Final Fantasy XI, which I love. I love those songs. But man, I think it's time that they deserve their flowers. Like, I don't. Maybe I'm just out of the loop. Maybe people really appreciate Mizuta, but I don't know. I've just noticed their distinct style is so fresh to me. So that was Guardian of the Ruins, and that was pretty sick. I'm not gonna lie, because it kind of reminded me of like Devil May Cry a little bit. But it showed me that, hey, this may be a quote unquote spin-off game, but you know, Square Enix does not F around when it comes to the music department. I think we can all agree on that. Whether you love or hate Square, their stories, I mean, or their gameplay, whatever, like their music department, they don't mess around with it at all. It's such an integral part of the game. every game is drenched with music from beginning to end. There's music here. There's music for opening a door. There's there's just this crazy. So, yeah. Now, as far as Kindred Soul, this was interesting because I really liked this one for a couple of reasons. And again, FF11 is kind of still fresh in my memory. It wasn't too long ago that I heard a couple of them back to back. But I really do feel like this was almost like a callback to it. You know, there's this distinct sound when it comes to these kind of like nature-ish, outdoorsy type of things. I don't know where this plays, obviously. But to me, it sounded very, like, just straight up sounded like morning or, rising and, early or something. It had this kind of like almost, like birds chirping and new day type of stuff, rebirth type of thing, no pun intended. But it sounded very like anew. And when I think of 11's soundtrack, I think of just straight up like nature, smooth, cool sounds, flutes, which this had, and all these just little embellishments of just kind of being outside, right? And it did it. And, this was really cool. I don't know if, excuse me, I know if, for example, 11 had a collaboration of composers, including Nobu. I would say like 3 or 4 different people. I have no idea. I'm not going to look it up this time, but I have no idea if Stranger of Paradise also shares different composers, so let me know about that. And also let me know if it's like a side team, or if like Square really put... the reason I'm so curious about this is because, like I said, it's not talked about too much. A lot of my community are Final Fantasy fans, right? It's really popular here. And even I've, dove into some of the games in the past year. So I've heard the name Stranger of Paradise. And like I said, one of my friends is really big on it. So, yeah, I'm just so curious as to why it's kind of not talked about. Maybe they just don't like the game or something. Or maybe they didn't give it a chance. Maybe now you'll give it a chance. But it makes me think of like maybe Square has like a dedicated team that doesn't put their all into it or something like that. Because I feel like the window between Stranger Paradise and 16 wasn't too large. I don't know. 16 was 2023. Damn, dude. Either way, what I'm saying is they weren't too far apart. So either way, music, super cool. And honestly, kind of, I like that it's its own thing, I like that it's its own thing. So I feel like it's obviously for Final Fantasy fans, but that want a little something extra, some little doodads here and there. I really enjoyed both of them, excuse me. But Kindred Soul definitely reminded me of 11, which, by the way, most of my 11 requests come from the requester for these two, so I think they would have to agree. And then Guardian of the Ruins is that was amazing. That was super short too, so it's like it's got to loop a lot. Maybe this is like a kind of a common battle theme, Either way, let me know more about Stranger Paradise and what do you think about it in general. And Naoshi Mizuta, dude, awesome composer, straight up. Thank you to Mushimari for the request. Thanks to all my patrons that you see here. Thank you to my platinum members. Thanks to you for watching. My name is Jesse in the auditorium. Peace.